CJ, congratulations, Whitworth Pirates, Northwest Conference Tournament champions. It's been a while since Whitworth has had a chance to dogpile. How did that feel?
Unbelievable. It was just, it was kind of the culmination of a lot of work, and I think it's just kind of can be characterized, as Kirk said yesterday, pure joy, right? Just everything kind of coming to fruition and coming together, and the guys deserve it, and they've earned that success. So I think that's why it was so sweet.
You guys did it the hard way.
Mm-hmm.
Lost the first game, came back through and won 4 games in 2 days. How did you do it?
I think, we had some outstanding individual performances. I think, especially when you look on the mound. Our offense is also good, so you're right. There's never a time where we think we're out of a game because of the 9 guys that we have going. Like they could put up 10 runs in 3 innings. So I think on the pitching side of things, I think you had outings by Nate Curano and Seth Mahler, Rylan Blair, Quentin O'Connor that were just kind of legendary, feats that we happened to just kind of string together. And I think because of that really lent itself kind of a feeling of belief to the rest of the group. And on Saturday, we never took an inning off. Our dugout was on every single pitch. Our guys were dialed in. There just was this kind of community effort aligned right toward dogpiling, and you could really feel that and experience that in the dugout and on the field, which was pretty special.
You referenced great pitching performances, obviously Quentin O'Connor on Friday and what he did. In Seth Muller finishing up those games. And the 2 freshmen on Saturday, unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Dylan Huntsman.
Absolutely.
And going up against the Northwest Conference Pitcher of the Year on the other side and what he had to do to make sure that this didn't end in 2 games.
He was phenomenal as well. I think Dylan has been really good all year at, if he does surrender base runners, they're almost always left on base. I don't know if that, he just has this skill where he kind of has this gear, this next gear that he can get into with runners in scoring position to execute pitches and leave runners. And I think he's quietly done that all year. He's had a phenomenal year for us. So I think to have him go out against a Linfield offense that isn't a bunch of slouches and give us that big outing was really kind of a little bit of a spark plug for us to get us going in the right direction.
You get to Saturday, and you have to beat Pacific twice.
Mm-hmm.
And before you almost blink, you're behind 5-0. Just talk about, you mentioned it earlier, just talk about that belief that, we're never out of a game, and the steps that it took to get back into that.
So I think it helps because our offense this year is phenomenal. There's some really good hitters in there. But we've been put in situations earlier this year where we've had to kind of fight our way back, UPS, right, opening weekend, where we get down 10 runs in the first 2 innings and we end up making it a 1-run game. I think these guys remember that and they know that we're never far out of a game. But there is another year there where you have to lock in, right, and say, hey, I got to get on base anywhere I can. So to see guys wearing pitches, grinding out tough at bats, not just selling out for a home run swing, but really kind of earning and winning every single pitch and then stringing those together, and then you get a Caleb Gray double off the center field wall. You just keep creating opportunities, right? So then when you get in a situation with the middle of your order coming up or whatever, you can capitalize on it. And I think that's what we did a really good job of last weekend, was never being out of it, taking each at bat as its own kind of individual occurrence and then just stacking those as the day went on.
You head into a regional this week down in Laverne, California, that is going to be a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
2 very good teams from the Southern California Conference and a good team coming in from Texas in McMurray. Talk about what you know about these teams you're going to face and how the belief from this weekend is going to help us.
I think the belief is the big thing, because anytime you go into a regional, we're all going to be hitting 320 as a team, right? We're all going to have all conference players kind of scattered throughout our lineup and in our rotation. So for us, it's more of a matter of how do we take that ability to win each pitch on both sides of the ball and capitalize with runners in scoring position and strand runners when we have to get a strikeout, right, in scoring position on the mound. So I think it's going to be fun. I think this group does realize our potential, and so we're just going to need to do and take the same approach that we took on Saturday, where, yeah, we're the 4th seed, our backs are against the wall a little bit, and I think if we can play with that chip on our shoulder going into this tournament and obviously win the first game, that's going to be a huge step forward for us to put us in a good position to win.